It is an absolutely gorgeous day in Northeast Indiana today, and I am soaking that sun right in. It's gorgeous to be outside, and it's really like the first actually beautiful day. And so naturally I need to spend that outside, investigate what's going on with the garden space, and see what work really needs done. So that's what today's video is. It's going to be going around and, getting it started. Where are we at? Why does it look so bad? And what work we need to put in to get prepped for spring planting. So hang in with me here. So last season I did a lot of cleanup. The end of last season I did a lot of cleanup, especially along the side of the house here. So as we're walking through here, you may have remembered back in the day that this was all full of Rose of Sharon bushes. Well, I flip around here. Now they're in these big piles. They just got so overgrown, and they were flopping over to the neighbor's property and couldn't get over here to mow, couldn't do anything. So those needed to change. All right, so here's the side of the house now. Before you couldn't see any of this wall. It was all covered all the way up to the soffits here. It was all covered by the Rose of Sharon trees. But now I've got full visibility of the daffodils that you could never see because Rose of Sharons were so overpowering. And so I get to enjoy those. There's a whole bunch of violet flowers down through here now. So overall, I'm okay with it. I think it'll end up looking better. Now, the bad thing is getting all of these limbs taken care of. So I have a friend who has one of those small backyard wood chippers, and I think I'm going to be able to borrow that and get it taken care of. So then I can also use the mulch or the wood chips for the garden. But if that doesn't happen, then I can just have the city come and pick them up, which would stink because it's a lot of free resources here. And some of them are quite large, so you can see there. And those I'm going to use and cut up for firewood, for a little fireplace. So now I'm not going to do a full view of the backyard because it is a hot dang mess, because that's how I roll during the winter. I am not outside. I am not doing the things, but funny. Let me flip you around real quick. So this looks like a pile of weeds. It is the bed that I had my onions in last year. And look, I've got some that I missed. And there's another one down over there. So, well, that's fun. Was not expecting that. All right, so here's the actual garden. You can't really tell because it's so overtaken by all the things. So these three things here were my attempts at potatoes last year. None of them produced anything. So this year I think I'm getting ready to clean them up. I'm going to keep the kiddie pool and use it, and I think I'm going to do my peas in there, and then do a fence trellis around the perimeter to get it to grow up. But I've also got, I still have my cattle panel trellis there, my cattle panel trellis down here, my little garden bed here. Unfortunately, I still have the chicken area up, but the city did not approve the amendment that we put forward last year, and so no longer able to have chickens. So this will all be getting cleaned out and repurposed for something else. And then in here, I do have some lettuce that came back and a good kale plant or two in there that are coming back. Didn't know that they would, but here we are. You can see that I've lost a lot of soil and stuff in these boxes. It was full from last year, so I'm gonna have to refill these things and maybe dig up and transplant some of those volunteers that are there. Also along this line here, I have a bunch of Rose of Sharon and maple trees that came up that I don't want anymore. So just like the ones on the side, they're all going to get cut down, and that's going to get, that whole line is going to get all cleared up. All right, so here's my little scrap heap. So cardboard I'm getting ready to put into some garden beds to kill off some weeds and whatnot. But this was a table, and it's pretty sturdy, metal, and the wood top disintegrated off. But I was thinking with that table is building up a little fire pit over next to the house over there, and I have a pile of bricks back over there, so framing out a fire pit and then using that kind of like a grate or a grill, not necessarily to cook directly on, but to put like my cast iron skillets or my pots and my pans, stuff like that. And I think that might work. So I'm going to do a little bit more research to make sure I don't have to do anything special to the metal, but I think that's kind of my plan, is to reuse that and have a new cooking space. So the mint is doing really good since we transplanted it into the pots back there. So I'll give you a closer look at those. So once again, garden season is just getting started, and this is the front herb garden, and it doesn't look like much, but a lot is actually starting to happen. So all of this beautiful space here, there's my lemon balm coming back in really strong and beautiful. And then here's my sage plants, this one and the next space over, that area, they're coming in really good. Sage is starting to come in over here too. It doesn't look like it far away, but there you can see how it's doing. Absolutely beautiful. Over here, it still kind of looks a little dead, but you can see the lavender coming back from winter. Grapevine starting to bud. There's that comfrey, is always so awesome when it starts to come back in. And once I get this bed cleaned up, it's gonna look real good. Also have bee balm in the seed trays started in the back. That will go in down here, and then thyme as well I have started that will go in up front here as well. And that should fill in the front garden bed, herb garden, pretty nicely. So there's a lot of work to do though to get this cleaned back up, ready to go. But right now, all the pollinators are enjoying all the random spring flowers, so we'll take it. Ooh, I forgot something over here. So once again, looks like a mess, but my black raspberry vines are doing really good. I'm getting even more of them spreading throughout here, which is fantastic. So that's where we are. That's where we're starting. It's rough. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend like I took care of the place for the winter, which I never do, if I'm being real honest. I'm not a winter person, not a cold weather person, so I'm not gonna be outside working apart from the bare minimum, which is taking care of the animals. And so that's it. So spring hits, we get those warm days, and then it's reset time. It's to get everything looking like it should before the city decides to yell at me, which is always a fun little game, because it seems like they always catch me before I'm ready, but we'll see here. So all right, that was my check-in. That is the launch of the 2024 garden season, and stay tuned. I have a whole bunch of content actually planned, and I'm going to be a little bit more organized about it this time around, and hopefully I won't burn out like I did last time, and I'll be able to continue to make these more regularly. All right, see y'all later.